You feel good
So
when
you're
you
just gonna start it off
do.
by singing?
No.
This is all right. So yo,
Wait, was
welcome.
that the iCarly song?
Yes.
Can I do the intro, please?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Otaku Village podcast. Tried to start it off normally, that didn't work out. So, it's Swag. You already know who I am, man. But let me introduce my guest today. Let me pass it off to Katie. Ladies first.
Katie. I'm not dropping my social media though. I don't. Sorry,
Okay,
like
celebrity.
no,
Wow.
like I don't like weird, not
People.
weird, but like
People.
people that I don't know, like
Hmm.
DMing me on Instagram and like adding me on like Snapchat and stuff because it's like all the same, you know.
You get that.
Well,
I don't want like
I wouldn't
Privacy
ask
is
you to drop
privacy.
your Snapchat. Like that's
I don't
Yeah,
want like
your
PB
Instagram
pictures and
handle.
stuff.
yeah.
PP pictures.
PB pictures.
Oh my god.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying.
So, all right, man. Pass it off to my man Q real quick. Introduce yourself.
Yo, it's Q, aka Kurobako7. That's my Instagram handle and my Twitch handle. I'm gonna start Twitch streaming soon. So hey, show some love and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. And my boy Meek broiling his sandwich. Holla at the people.
That
Meek.
Not
is.
even.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that man. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh no, that's classic.
I'm gonna kill him.
We'll get
Anyway,
back to him in a minute.
exactly. We'll come back. We'll come back. But anyway, man. So today I wanted to do a quick podcast. Basically, I've had personal feelings about this for a while, man. Anime groups that I'm in, nerd groups, blur groups, anime groups, they talk about certain
Nerd.
anime. Yeah, blurs. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Black nerds. Black nerds.
Yeah, I called it. I called it.
Okay, you're
Wow.
not the first person I talked to that didn't know what that was.
No,
So,
I
all
mean
I
I knew
didn't
what it
even.
was, but I thought you were clearly just saying nerd. Not yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't even know what that meant. I was very confused.
God, Katie's white, by the way. But
I was
Oh
gonna say
my
it
god,
first.
I'm sure they could tell. I'm sure it was obvious. I don't
I was
think you
gonna
guys
say it
needed
first.
to
Go ahead.
oh my god. So
fuck
I
off.
basically wanted to talk about overrated anime. They're out there. We're not gonna sit here and pretend that they're not out there.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, there's gonna be some unpopular opinions today.
But you've also got to clarify that just because they're like over popular and they're like mainstream, they're not doesn't mean that they're not good.
Yeah.
Nah.
Right. They could be.
A
I'm,
lot
I'm,
of
I'm gonna
them
go ahead.
are like super popular, but they're still good. It's just harder to enjoy them
Yeah.
when the fan base makes it super
No, it's not
difficult.
even it's not even the fan base sometimes. It's literally the
I
anime
beg to
is
differ.
overrated.
No, because I really liked My Hero Academia, but 12-year-olds ruined it for me.
How did
So,
they ruin My Hero Academia for you?
have you
It kind
seen
of
the
ruined it for me
cosplay?
too.
Have you seen the no? Have you seen the 12-year-old cosplayers that walk around as like Deku and Bakugo, and they're like
Kissing each other.
yeah, like Deku's got Bakugo in like handcuffs, dragging him around the convention
Yeah.
center.
I mean, yeah. Like that's kind of toxic. Like for that,
Sorry.
it can
Did I
ruin.
talk to you while you were like I wasn't
It
here.
can potentially ruin the community. Like it can become super unnecessarily toxic to the point where it can become overrated. Like if you like, don't get me wrong, you got like Naruto who can be gender bent. When that was big, when everybody's like, oh, he the sexy jutsu, he could turn into a female. Everybody's gender bent. It got huge and it became overrated.
Bro,
And like
like
now, it's not as bad, but like for my hero, it's gotten a lot worse and it's continuing to get worse
Bro, like
over
everyone's doing
time.
like female Bakugo making out with like Deku, and then like all of the Deku cosplayers are
It's
half
the
naked,
fan
and they're
fiction.
obviously underage. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do there? Like, it
Mm-hmm.
makes everyone uncomfortable
But
Mm-hmm.
like, how does that make the anime overrated though?
I
Like,
mean,
because it's harder to enjoy an anime when the fan base is constantly
yeah,
throwing things
exactly.
in your
That's
face that
why.
aren't
That's one
canon.
reason why I didn't even want to watch JoJo.
okay,
Yeah, that's another
Oh
reason.
my
all right. You
god,
know what? How many of y'all actually watched JoJo though? Like,
I watched it.
I did.
I did not. Actually, I started to. The first 5 episodes were good. I just haven't continued on it because all the new animes coming out and stuff, and it's really
True.
really good. So
I totally stopped watching JoJo because I wanted to watch Demon Slayer. Like I know I'm late to the
Mm.
party, but I totally wanted to watch Demon Slayer. So I got to like season 3 of JoJo at like the beginning and didn't finish it.
I'm gonna
I mean,
be
like,
I'm gonna be
like
completely 100 with you. Like, I started to watch JoJo, and I feel like the fan base they hyped it up so much to where I expected a lot, but I didn't get a lot.
The
um,
manga was most
I
definitely
mean,
more entertaining than the anime, and I'll be
and,
straight up.
and I feel like that's where people lack. Like, you read the manga. The manga is always gonna be better for some reason, depending on the anime.
Yeah,
Like,
Because they
and some
don't
things
have
that the anime does is that they leave out important parts that could have been super pivotal to the anime, but they mess it up by taking it out. So when people bring up certain like parts in the manga, and you're like, what? I don't remember that happening. You know why? Because it's not in there.
no,
or
and
So
like what they
I
did
feel
to
like
Bleach.
exactly.
Like where they took out all of the like key parts of Bleach and just threw fillers in because they didn't want to make a real anime.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you on that. I personally liked reading Death Note more than I liked watching it
Mm-hmm.
I can
I
see
can see
why.
that. I can see that
because
because like
the suspense
I
was
haven't
there.
watched it.
I was about to say I feel like it would make a better book than anime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the manga. I thoroughly enjoyed the manga for Death Note. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they really did leave a bunch of stuff out,
Mm-hmm.
and it just didn't make sense in anime form. I mean, I don't know. That's
I was
just
about
my
to say I
opinion.
feel like suspense animes make better manga anyways
Mm-hmm.
than animes.
I
And
mean,
probably I think personally I say light novels.
well, no, not even the case because Promise Neverland was crazy. That went hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm starting to watch that now. That's really good.
So we can't really talk
I
about that much, but it's really
I
good.
haven't actually seen it.
Get out.
But
Wow.
but no. But I know a lot of animes that like I have seen because I've been watching anime for a long time. But don't
Mm-hmm.
tell anyone; they'll think I'm a loser.
All right.
But
All right. That's hurtful.
Do you know who you
okay,
hang out with?
none of the people none of the people that I see like on a constant like daily basis, like none of my coworkers or none of the people that I live around like anime. So it's
Oh,
like a weird thing to enjoy, because I live up
Mm-hmm.
here in the middle of nowhere and everyone's always like trucks and NASCAR and
And Eustace Dash. No, I'm playing you.
Katie,
my
and and
Katie's
and
white,
coworkers
by
know
the
I
way.
like anime.
oh my god,
No.
why you've already said that.
But like,
But
as far
like
as JoJo's goes, I do understand that.
Yeah.
it's
Um, it
I
was
don't know.
hyped up. It was slow for sure at the start. Like people were like, oh, it's so good. And I'm like, for like the first couple episodes, I'm like, okay, we're getting to see Dio, and we're getting to see Jonathan, and
Bro,
we're getting to see these people, and it's just like, okay, I'm like, when do I get to see like that was my thing because it's
it's
such
like
a funny meme.
the only thing that people actually freaking know from JoJo's now is Giorno's theme because it's a TikTok meme.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone's like, "Oh my god, I know JoJo," but they only know Giorno's theme, and then they're like, like playing that on the piano constantly, and I think that they're in
But
with.
think about it. Like the only reason why they knew about it in the first place was because of a meme that whole to be continued, and they played the outro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
I
was trying to
mean,
figure it out for the longest
Roundabout.
time. Yeah, I guess whatever the song is called, I don't fucking know.
It's called Roundabout.
Roundabout
It's like, what's
by the
wrong with
band
you? How do you not know JoJo?
by the band Yes. That's the name of the
Love
band. It
that.
came out in the 70s. It's crazy.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I know
It's
it's
a
an
good
older
song.
song. I just didn't know like. I'm like,
Mm.
why is this song so popular now? And then I figure out like, oh, it's a JoJo outro, and I'm like, what? Oh, are you serious?
A little known fact, they're actually like American. It comes on like radios. I didn't know that either.
No,
I thought that was.
yeah, that's pretty interesting because a lot of people don't know that. I was sitting chilling and my roommate started playing it, and I was like, he don't watch JoJo.
He was like, "Yeah, I don't, but this band is like American." You're like, "Oh, they speak English? What?" Like, yeah. Like, for example, Fear and Loathing in Vegas. The when they made the opening for Parasite, the whole time I'm thinking they're speaking Japanese. They're
Wow.
literally from Vegas. But we're not going to talk about that. It was a slow moment for me.
No, speaking of slow, Hunter x Hunter. Slow, don't like it.
It's so good, though.
Okay,
It's
wait.
overrated.
How far did
It's
you
not
get
overrated,
into
See,
though.
it?
and I hate that argument, Meek. I hate
honestly,
that so
cannot
much.
say that's overrated.
I hate
How
that
far
so
did you
much
get into
because
it?
people are like, wait till you get to, or wait till you get to, bro. The
How
whole,
far did you get into it?
bro. I got all the
Okay,
way to
okay.
what was it, the tournament? Like the
No, you
dude
gotta
with
go a
the
little
tops
further.
or whatever, and he got knocked out by old buddy with the tops. And at that moment, I quit. I just quit,
You gotta watch that.
bro. I sat through like 50
That's
episodes
Bro, you're
of.
gonna have to sit through 50 more. That's goated.
I sat through so many episodes of them trying to become hunters. Like that whole arc was so long.
You
It
know
was
what's
long,
up?
but it was worth it, though.
No,
I'm
it
gonna
was
say it
not.
because
How was
I
it
watched
not?
the
Because
old
Hisoka should have
Hunter
clapped
Hunter.
them cheeks.
You know what I mean? Like I watched the old Hunter x Hunter, and that one only had like 65 episodes. I heard the new one is gonna be like a lot longer, or is gotta be like a lot longer, but I don't really know because I haven't seen it. But I watched the old one, and it has like 64 episodes,
Yeah, yeah.
and that one went through everything kind of like slower, but it added a lot more detail to it than the newer one, where like it took them I think 30 episodes to get to like I don't remember. But it took like 30 episodes to get to a specific part in the old anime, and then in the new anime, they were in it by like episode 11, and I was like, "What the? Where is everything
Yeah.
happening?"
Don't get me wrong. Like, it was slow because when I first got
It
recommended
took
Hunter x Hunter,
forever,
I checked
but
it
I
out.
liked
I was
it.
like, this is slow. I'm not watching this. But then one day I was like, yo, Q, calm down. Go back and watch it. And I watched it. I'm like, okay, I'm dumb. I should have been on this, yo.
Yeah, I said the same and did the same exact thing.
And then when I
tried.
finished it, it was like, it's slow, but that story is just top tier, bro. It's like a masterpiece.
I don't know about that, bro. I'm telling you, like y'all keep hyping this jump up.
Did you even get to the Phantom Troop?
See, thank you. I was waiting on you to say it. Every time, the Phantom. What is it, like 100 episodes in? I'm not waiting that long for something to pop off.
No, it's not 100 episodes.
Not 100 episodes in, you'll be in the Chimera arc.
Oh my god, I'm not
Close
waiting
to it.
bro.
Or close to it.
It took too
Chimera
long.
arc starts around like 70, I think.
Mm.
See, all you had to do, you was mining for gold. You stopped right before you hit the gold.
Bro,
You really did.
I was mining for gold, but instead of dirt, it was just shit. It was just shit all around me.
Nah, you stopped right before you hit the gold.
Bro really said that. Like,
Right before you hit. Matter of fact, you hit gold right when you get to the damn tournament.
Bro, like it's just oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's the start of everything.
Okay,
man.
yeah, basically, yeah, I understand that. That was like the start of everything because they started finally getting powers, and Gon started finally being a
Look at
main
that.
character that was worth shit. Because honestly, let's just be real, Gon is the most plot protected main character ever.
If it was
No,
up
if
to me,
anybody's
I'd
plot protected, it's Goku. Can we talk?
Okay, yeah.
That man's so plot protected that any other Z fighter doesn't fucking matter. They're just ghosts.
That's healthcare,
Somebody's
honey.
getting their ass beat. You just wait till Goku get here, bro. You just wait.
But yeah, basically, that's like me getting in a fight with another dude, because I'm not gonna say the N word. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try my hardest. We're gonna classify this specimen as hood.
Specimen.
So, that's just like me getting the dog shit beat out of me, and me getting back up and be like, bro, wait till my nigga Goku get here, bro.
you just
Goku
said
get here.
it. You just
Wait
said
till
it.
Goku get here. I say I'm gonna try not to say it as much, but wait till Goku get here. Goku get here, one shot him, get 2 more Super Saiyan forms, and then everybody die, and then he dies. And he's
Hey, bro,
supposed
you
to
better be
dead
careful.
for
They
good.
gonna like take your blood and stuff. They gonna sell it to like the government.
But he's supposed to be dead for good. And they're like, bro, this dude too strong for me. Let's go revive
Yeah.
Goku real quick. Why? Like, why? Oh, he's so fire protected.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
say it, and everybody can hate me, but I'm gonna say it.
All right.
I did not watch Dragon Ball.
You don't want your story trash.
First of all,
I did not. First of all me. I did not watch Dragon Ball because it wasn't like one of the things that came on a lot, I guess. When I was younger, Naruto
Wait,
was
what?
on all the time.
Hold on.
Well, if we're talking Toonami, Dragon Ball didn't come on until 12. You know, that was our
No,
bedtime
no.
show.
Like even during the week, Dragon Ball came on at like 5 or 6.
Yo,
No,
No,
that's
no,
not the
hold on.
kids.
Because they only
Double
played
JZY.
anime
That's
on
for dudes
Toonami, and
without
we
cable.
had like basic
Exactly.
cable. Not Naruto was on, I think, at like 9 o'clock. They played from
Yeah.
like 9 to 10.
Yeah, it was like
I can
9
give you
o'clock.
the
And I
rundown.
watched.
But
And
like
I
even on
watched Naruto every night, but I had to be in bed by 10, so there wasn't
Exactly.
any way for me to watch Dragon Ball. So I never
See what I'm
did.
saying?
And like even now,
no, yeah,
even
Dragon
now,
Ball came
I'm
on.
not
on
gonna
Saturdays.
watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, on Saturdays.
Nah,
All they
B.
did was replay the.
No, on Toonami, here's the Toonami schedule. I remember like it was yesterday.
Oh my god.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Stop
no,
yelling.
6 o'clock to 7. My fault. 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock was Zatch Bell, I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah, it was Ash Bell. Yeah, it was Ash Bell.
No, I lied. No, 5 to 6 was Bo.
True.
6
Okay.
to 7
Yep.
was Zatch Bell. 8 to 9
Was like
was like
say Dragon Ball.
Inuyasha.
Just say Dragon Ball. Just say Dragon Ball.
I
Inuyasha
wanna
was
roughly
Adult Swim.
say-
Inuyasha was Adult Swim.
True.
Was that shit?
Okay, so no, it was another anime. I can't remember which one. And then 9 to 10 was Naruto, because at 9 to 9:30 it was the actual episode we've been waiting for. That was going.
So
with the
okay,
story,
what?
and
So
then
what
the
year are we
9:30 to
talking? Then
10.
what year are we talking? We talking Toonami? What?
2008.
Circa. Nah, that's
Look,
nah,
man.
Really? That's the year we're
Look,
going?
man, I
Yeah.
was born in the ripe age of 2001. Y'all are all
Right.
a lot older than
Right.
me.
Right.
I am like 12.
Bro, right?
So you were part of the Tide Pod generation.
I don't think.
Chill
I
out,
don't remember
man.
ever eating a Tide Pod.
You don't remember? That's how you know you ate it. You passed out after you did. I don't remember
Alright.
eating this.
All right.
Nah, man, I'm pretty sure I never ate a Tide Pod.
Nah, your generation.
Okay. So if we want to talk, right? If we want to talk from the start of Zatch Bell, right? Zatch Bell didn't start coming on till 2006. I pulled up the schedule. So 7 was Pokemon Battle Frontier. 7:30 was Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And then
Ew.
Naruto from 8 to 9, and then 9:30 was Zatch Bell. Bobo was 10. And One Piece was 10:30. But see, that was November 4th of 2006. November 11th of 2006, they had Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn at 9:30.
Ew.
But I think
Dude,
that was a special.
bro.
It was a special, though. It was a special.
No.
Yeah, no,
That's
like
not-
they didn't have Dragon Ball come on early at all, and I was super young. So you think my parents were gonna let me stay up past like 9:30, 10 o'clock? If I got in trouble, I was in bed by 7:30. I don't want y'all to know
Right.
that.
Right.
So like, I didn't ever.
Other meanings of getting punished. And
Oh, you
we're
really?
not gonna talk about that. But.
We're not gonna go there. We're not
Anyway,
gonna go there
I remember
right
Dragon
now.
Ball coming on during the morning. It did come on. During
Okay,
the
so but
It
if
was
we're
on
talking
like Saturday
2008, if
morning,
we talking
but-
2008 though, right? So let's go to the start of March of 2008.
Y'all didn't ever let me finish what I was saying.
Oh,
Now
I'm
you're
sorry. My
looking- bad.
She's like, I'm gonna kill all y'all. That was that laugh.
The whole point that I was trying to make here is that I never watched Dragon Ball, but I watched Naruto and I watched One Piece, and I even watched friggin' Fairy Tail, and I do not like
My
Fairy
dude,
Tail.
but One Piece came
hey,
on around
hold
your
up.
bedtime though.
Hold up. Fairy Tale is not bad. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's
I
another one
watched
that's overrated.
No,
But continue.
I
Hell
watched-
no.
But
Oh
continue.
my
No.
god.
Hell
You know
no.
what? You know what?
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, Caitlin. Go ahead and finish. We're gonna get on that subject in a minute.
She's turning red.
I'm white, honey. I'm always red.
You beat me to
It's
it.
because my skin has no pigment.
I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
like
Go ahead.
a lot of the animes that played over, like if they had over like 100 or 200 episodes, you know, or they had
Mhm.
like different reboots of them, they
Yeah.
had constantly bumped the times up and up and up. So
Yeah.
then I think by the time that I was in like middle school or like early middle school, when I got access to computers and figured out what Kiss Anime was, I was all over like animes that reminded me of like Naruto and One Piece and stuff, and like the like shonen, pretty much, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that's kind
And
of.
Dragon Ball just still isn't it to me. Like I've tried to watch it many times,
but-
and I can't get past the first 3 episodes.
But to kind of counter your point, though, right? You said you watch a lot of One Piece. You couldn't stay up for Dragon Ball, but a lot of times, as I'm looking through the schedule, One Piece is coming on between 10 and 10:30.
Late. Yeah, and 11.
9:30,
Like,
9:30, 10, 10:30. That's what I'm seeing.
I will tell you though, there was one time that I got in trouble and my mom and dad took my TV out of my room because it was like 11:30. Oh my god, I got in so much trouble and it's so funny. It's like 11:30 and I was still watching cartoons and my dad walked by to go to the bathroom. And this is back when like TV still had that like green film over them when you just turn them off, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I turned my TV off when I when I heard them coming. And my dad opens the door and he goes, "Why were you watching TV?" And I was like, "I wasn't watching TV." He was like, "You were totally watching TV." And I was like, "No, I was not watching TV." And he was like, "Your TV's still fucking green. Give me that shit right now." And I didn't get a TV until high school.
Wow. I had a TV like my whole childhood, for real, to be real with you.
I didn't.
Except I'm
And it
old.
was, like,
I'm old.
super
I had
weird.
the antenna TV though, so so chill out. Chill out. That laugh was disrespectful. That laugh was disrespectful.
Bro, you be like putting like aluminum foil over the top of the antennas to get better service.
Antennas in every single angle, length, direction.
Bro, those were awful.
Bro, I couldn't use that John in the wintertime at like 5 in the morning because the humidity would mess up the TV. Anyway, Fairy Tail overrated.
Fairy Tail was overrated. I
Nope.
still have not made it. Okay,
Nope.
I have not made it past the specific
What
arc,
is so
but
good?
I started rewatching it on Netflix recently, and I think I'm only on like episode 14, and I started watching it like 2 months ago. So it's really not something that grabs your attention like that.
What is so good about it?
What's so good about it is that every character can hold their own in a fight. Unlike,
But then where's the
Dragon Ball
character
Z.
development? If you can already hold
No,
your
there's plenty
own,
of character development.
no.
There's character
If you
development like
can-
every arc.
if you can already hold your own in a fight, then you're gonna be able to win every fight. There's nothing like surprising about it. If you start
No.
out like one of my favorite animes, obviously, because you guys know this is Tokyo Ghoul, because I'm
That emo
edgy.
ass anime.
edgy. Fuck you.
God, disrespectful.
Well, like if you think about it, like everybody was super interested in seeing how like Kaneki developed, you know, and like how he like got stronger and stuff. Because in the beginning he couldn't even fend for himself, and Toko was protecting him for everything. Like every time he was getting in trouble or getting hurt, she'd pop out of nowhere, fight everyone off, and then have to save him because he was stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, true. And the
Like,
thing is, about
That's what everyone
Fairy
was there
Tail-
for.
All right, so Fairy Tail, I can go ahead and shut that whole overrated shit down because it's not. When I say everybody can hold their own, don't get me wrong, they're still gonna lose fights. But what is the biggest anime trope for shonen? Friendship. So with that being said, the power of friendship is what keeps them going, which is a
That's
huge
the
anime trope.
worst. That's
There's a
the
huge anime
worst.
trope for literally every anime, even the big 3 and 4 anime trope. Friendship. Naruto's talk no jutsu, gets his ass beat, talks. We love that, don't we?
Bro,
So
and
it's
he
no
still
different
gets
from-
beat up, but like I
But
love
yeah,
that.
and everybody in Fairy Tail still gets beat up. And there's a lot more character variety because there's a lot of guilds and there's a lot of characters in between all these guilds, and they don't forget about a single one of them. That's what I liked about Fairy Tail so much. Is like you see all these characters and they're busted, and then they don't forget about them like they do every other anime.
Okay.
Because you'll see, like, for example, who? Let me see. Rock Lee, for example, we seen him come in, strong as shit, drop the ankle weights, beat the fuck out of Gar. Gar got lucky, right? Soon as they told this man he wasn't gonna be able to do shit no more when he got his legs and arms crushed, they forgot about him, right?
Facts.
Knowing he was the best, he was everybody's favorite character after watching that fight, hands down, and that's a
But
proven
didn't-
fact.
Didn't he spend all that time when he was like off screen or whatever,
Training.
recovering and training?
Yeah, he was retraining, but did he even get any shine anymore after that?
Not
After he
until-
fought Kimimaro?
Not until the war. What?
And when he
But
fought
didn't they?
Kimimaro-
I think they went and visited him like 1 or 2 times throughout
mean,
the
yeah,
whole thing. But that was
yeah,
it.
but-
Like they went and visited him a couple times.
Yeah, he was doing the push-ups with the cast on and everything. But the thing is, when he fought Kimimaro, that was the last time Rock Lee got as much shine as he did canon-wise of the story, not filler-wise.
But you want the
And we
really
haven't seen
unpopular opinion for why certain animes are so popular?
Memes?
No.
partially.
Because the anime characters are hot and girls want to be attracted to that. That's it. Girls made certain animes super overrated, and I'll say that as a girl because I had a few anime crushes that were totally stupid
I mean, that's like us
and
having
like
waifus.
unnecessary. Like L from Death Note, he was a total fucking creep. Like he was so gross. But everyone was
Wow.
like, "Oh, everybody was like, "Oh my god, I love L so much. Like he's so cute. He's so like relatable." And then they were like, "Oh my god, Death Note." And now I can't even stand Death Note. Like that was one of the first animes that I watched when we got those like school computers, if any of y'all remember that.
Hell yeah.
When we got like the school MacBooks.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
that
Oh,
was
watching all my
lucky y'all,
animes.
motherfuckers.
Y'all hear this boomer getting mad?
Okay, boomer.
Wow, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
That's disrespectful.
This is what we're doing.
Oh
Hop off my
man.
man's. That's disrespectful.
Yo, I'm mad at that.
But on a real note, though, like I get that, but that also kind of ties into the fact that that's the fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the fan base makes animes overrated, and
I
hold
honestly
that.
I stand by that because that just makes so much sense.
So okay, Meek, what anime do you think is overrated that we haven't mentioned?
Hold on, you gotta give me some time to think. Hold on.
Come on, man.
I watched a lot of anime.
Yeah, facts. We've been watching anime for a minute.
Y'all
Yeah,
only
same.
like 12 years
I
old.
thought Sword Art Online was really overrated.
It's overrated, yeah.
Oh my god, all of the mouth breathers are gonna come for you. Ruben's gonna be like foaming at the mouth now.
Bro, I don't care. The show is just—it's not that good.
Like,
broken main
like-
character, and it's just really melodramatic.
But Sword Art did low key kind of maybe give birth to a lot of these other anime.
isekais,
it
yeah.
really did. All the isekais.
Exactly,
I'm not
like
gonna say it
because
was-
I mean
There
Shield
is-
Hero is the shit, but like you got to thank Sword Art for it.
I'm not gonna say it's bad by any means, but it is overrated. It's
I feel
not
like-
what people make it out to be.
The first season they did an amazing job. Personally, the idea, like with us being like gamers and otakus, they did a great job with like, oh, you get trapped in a video game, but you die if you
They
in
caught
the.
us all in.
That's how they get you, and that was a great idea. Shit, with us being emo and fucking depressed as fuck anyway, shit, we would love to be trapped in the video game and die in that bitch.
I don't know
why
about all
the fuck not? No, hey, with these depressed ass kids, yes, I like that right there was the big ass. But like for me, I enjoyed the concept, like being in a VR, having sword skills, getting trapped in a video game. You gotta beat the fucking game just to live.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
that
know.
shit
If I
was
die
fire.
If I die by like a slime or something, bro, I'm gonna have to.
Oh no, if I was to die in
Okay.
some
I'll be-
bitch ass
I'll
way,
be
I'd be
mad.
mad.
Okay, wait, because there is an anime, and I swear to you, it's on like Hulu or something. And there is this anime that I watched that was essentially just like Sword Art Online, and I'm trying to find it now.
Log Horizon.
Probably.
No, it wasn't.
Log Horizon
It was
is
like
literally the game.
it wasn't.
that show.
It was I'm trying to remember. It was about these kids who went in who like played a game or like they were like professionals at like specific kinds of games. And they ended up getting stuck in this game and I can't remember what it's called. And
I know
it's
what you're
making
talking
me very
about.
upset.
I know what
Because
you're
it's
talking
like a
about.
Hulu original anime.
The thing is, though, the closest thing to Sword Art, as far as like the concept, is Log Horizon, because they get trapped in the game and they can't log out. But the thing is, they don't die in the game; though they respawn, which is
I found
Sword
it.
Art without the whatchamacallit.
I found it.
Yep.
It's called The Ones Within.
I've
Oh
never
yeah,
heard of
I've
that.
heard
And
about
it's
that. I've heard about
it's
that.
the one about like the live streamers who get stuck in the game and they have to complete all the tasks or else they like don't get out and they have to hit like 100 million viewers or something. Everybody has to in order to get them out.
Okay. I've never. Yeah, that
Like,
one.
Me either.
I've never heard of that one. I'm not even
Oh
gonna
my
lie
god,
to you.
It's fairly new.
it's a Hulu original anime. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even know Hulu had original and like. Okay, hold up.
Alright.
Promise Neverland is not a Hulu original, right?
No.
Okay. So
That's Kodokawa, I think. I'm pretty sure.
see, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know Hulu had original anime. I knew Netflix
Well, it
does.
just popped up on Hulu like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I was following it because it reminded me of Sword Art, but all of the characters are like, oh my god, all of the characters are literally
Oh
the
my
same.
god.
They're literally the same as Sword Art Online. Like, there's the one kid who streams, but he like is super nice to everybody. He's like the Dark Knight, wears all black. He tries to protect everyone without letting anyone die. Who does that sound like to you?
I don't know because I don't watch Sword Art, nigga.
Oh my god.
Well,
Well,
I
then
feel
obviously that question wasn't directed at you. You're so old.
Nigga.
God.
Wow. Jeez.
Jeez. Good
So
gracious.
no, he reminds me of Kirito. But then there's a girl in there who acts totally like Asuna does. And then there's like the cringy, like lowly girl,
Lowly.
There's
Lowly.
the
You poor.
there's
I don't know. Another thing that like pissed me off in Sword Art Online was basically how how like they basically introduced Asuna as like this solo player who's like a beast. She can handle
Mhm.
her own and all this stuff, and then she basically gets degraded by Kirito, and she needs him
She's
to
his
survive
bitch
or
now.
whatever. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Jeez.
now that was tilt. That
Jeez.
was tilt.
Oh man.
She
I
like
mean,
fell in love with him and became soft and it
Like
hurt
I don't know, it's
everyone.
just that and like the time skips and the different game. Yeah, it just like screwed
Like
with
after
character
the first
development.
season, it kind of fell down. Like don't get me wrong, the new season is pretty lit right now, even though he's a vegetable. But I mean it's pretty lit. But like we all know, like, but what I don't like about Sword Art and what makes it overrated is the fact that like one is that fan base is more toxic than it's almost as toxic as My Hero, and literally like the rape scenes, dude. There's too many rape scenes in that anime. Like they try to
They
throw it in every arc of that anime, and it's kind of like
but
annoying.
the problem is that they don't add like warnings, like trigger warnings or like anything like that for like people to have experienced something like that,
Yeah,
which is like pretty much a requirement now if you want any of your shows to do good because a lot of
yeah.
people who have experienced trauma do not want to relive that trauma and they would
Mm.
like a warning so they can skip over certain things.
Yeah. Now I don't think nobody was prepared for it in the new season because I think they went way more in depth in the new season. Like not too far to where you see like some wild shit, but like you see like it happening. But of course, the melodramaticness. Spoiler alert.
I bet you it
Dude
wasn't as
comes
bad as
in.
Kaneki crying after he clapped Toga's cheeks,
You
though.
know what? I
That
feel
was
like
Okay.
30. I feel like
funny.
30 some odd minutes into this. I think spoiler alert is kind of like null and void.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but so in Sword Art, what they did was it was the two girls. It was Kirito and Yujio's students that
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
training. They had both of them tied to the bed to two of the nobles, and they just went like they were getting ready to commit the act.
Yeah, yeah.
And Yujio and Kirito, melodramatic comes through, cuts people's arms off, and they got really bloody and blood started shooting. You know how anime gets it, like when they cut somebody, the blood starts going like and blood's going everywhere and shit's happening. So it got really out. It was uncomfortable even for me to watch because I think they went a little too far.
A little
Personally,
too far. You must not have seen Ninja Scrolls.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen Goosh. I've seen
I-
Goosh Goosh. We don't want to talk about that.
Gucci.
I will say though
No,
that on the
don't talk
topic
about
of like being like like overly like gory or disgusting or something,
Hmm.
I do think that a lot of animes should like give warnings for that because
Mhm.
if I'm over here, eating my like snacks or whatever, and out of nowhere this girl gets her
Spaghetti.
friggin' like throat slit and there's like blood gushing everywhere and like you can see the muscles. I don't want to eat anymore.
Like, and
I
wanna, like,
I think like that's the
I mean,
only.
Hadouken my laptop and cry.
I think that's
I
like
don't
the
know.
only thing. No, actually, no. They don't really give a warning in America neither for anime.
I mean, they
I
just
mean,
let
if
you know
you
it's TV
know-
mature. That's
I was
about
gonna say,
it.
if you know what kind of anime you're watching,
But you never really know until you watch it.
True.
There's one company that does like warnings at the beginning, and I want to say it's Funimation, but I'm not completely
Hulu.
sure.
It's literally just
Mm.
Hulu.
No, because I had it was before I got Crunchy. What? Okay, it was before I got Crunchyroll. I
What?
think I had a Funimation subscription, and at the
Mhm.
beginning it would say like rated like mature, rated R. It contains like sexual situations, violence, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulu does that too.
Hey, y'all like Attack on Titan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Never watched it.
He didn't even give anyone a chance. Overrated.
No, but it is. In a way, okay, because they hyped it up, and that first season's rough, man, to get through. Like it's like
Slow
slow,
as
That's why I
then
fuck.
fast, and then
That's why I
slow,
didn't
and then
watch it.
fast, and then
Wait.
slow, and then fast.
I
And it's like,
will
yo.
say though that I lost all of my interest in Sword Art Online. I think it was around the time that storm hit Japan and they stopped making Attack on Titan for like 2 months or something.
No, that
Because
was
even when they
Wait, you said Sword Art and then Attack. Which one are you talking
or
about?
not Sword Art, Attack on
Okay.
Titan.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to do homework, eat dinner, and do this at the same time.
I felt that.
Oh, so you're a
But
dog.
it's working out pretty well so far, I think. I mean, I'm already on like my 4th assignment, so I think I'm doing okay.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Hey.
my problem with Attack on Titan was I read the manga and everybody was waiting for when they get back to Aaron's hometown and they get into the basement, and what they never did, got into the basement. We were 12
Yeah.
episodes into that season and they never even touched the basement. They were still quote unquote planning on how they were going to get there.
Huh.
I mean,
Which
would they
literally, I
still-
think in the manga took like 2 chapters and then they were out.
Yeah. The thing about Attack on Titan, like I said, like that first season is rough, man, because it's like it's slow and it's fast and it's slow and it's fast, and then it has like a moment where it's super slow right before you get to the finale. And then when you get to the finale, it just picks back up and it's like okay, and then but like, I feel like once people get past that first season, they'll love it. But what made it so bad, and I was telling my friend, I was like, y'all overhyped this anime. It's been dead for 5 fucking years. And everybody's like, oh, it's still going to be good. I'm like, bro, that hype is not going to be the same. It's been 5 years since it's released. The reason why is because voice actors had problems with other voice actors. There's a lot of beef and commotion and turmoil in between like the company and some shit that was going on. So like it kind of like fucked up the production. But we waited so long and people are still hyping it up, and it's like, bro, it's not gonna be the same when it comes back out. So it was overhyped as fuck, personally. So I feel like it is overrated.
You're right there, but I do think that Attack on Titan did like a really good job of luring everybody in like the first episode.
Yeah, sure.
Because like 5 minutes into the episode, they're being attacked by Titans. Aaron's mom is getting eaten by a Titan, and everybody's just sitting there like,
sorry.
what the
I'm sorry. I was
fuck?
laughing because it was just like at the beginning of Attack on Titan, they were being attacked by Titans.
I know, right?
like Titans break down.
You don't
Okay,
say.
shut up. Like Titans break down the wall. Aaron's mom is getting eaten, and everyone's like, oh my god, and then it starts to like get super boring. They're like, oh well, we joined the army, and then they're like getting thrown through all these different like
regiments,
houses and stuff to like get to joining the like scouts in the first place. Like it's like house after house after like shelter, and then they're just stuck. Like
and then they're
starving and fighting, and it's annoying. Like
and then like they finally get to the point where they fight Titans, and then the main character gets his ass ate. Like,
whoa,
come on, yo.
I
mean,
or like
he got
Armin. Armin made like the biggest deal out of like not leaving them and like joining the scouts, and he was so soft. Like he was so soft. Like after everything he'd seen, he was still so soft about it. Like,
you know what that sound like?
Man up or shut up. Every other anime character that's not the protagonist.
Yeah. But the thing is though, like they be smart as shit. So like you really can't. You give them credit for being weak because they're book smart. You know what I'm saying?
But wouldn't it be great if we had an anime character that was book smart and also like good at combat and wasn't just fawning over women all the time? Wouldn't that be great if we just had someone who only cared about the fight?
You are talking. These are basic shonen tropes that we will never be able to skip.
Are you serious? Like, come on, Gohan, Vegeta, come on.
Well, no, first off, Gohan got nerfed.
To me.
You know why Gohan is where he's at now? Because of the fucking writer and the fan base.
Wow. This man.
Y'all are so
we get the
heated. did.
get to blame the fan base and the fucking creator.
What do you mean the fan base? The fan base
That's
want to
true.
go on and go in.
Because
No,
once
they
you
did
get
not.
past
Boy, the fan
the
base want
first season of an anime, everything is just fan service.
Is it though?
And I'll say that with confidence. Because a lot of the things that they do are not to progress the story properly, but to make the people who are reading it more satisfied.
Are you sure though?
I mean,
Or like,
no, but like,
and I'll stick by that.
it's kind of for comedy though, like.
Because
I mean,
like,
there's reverse harems where like it's even animes where the girl protagonist could be like the biggest perv. Like, hey, no discrimination around here.
Those-
y'all
harems.
peep me in 10 years with a real life harem.
Wow.
I'll do it.
He said 10
I'm
years.
telling you guys, ladies love me.
All right, LL Cool.
Let's settle down.
All right, first of all, just because ladies don't love you doesn't mean that they don't love
Wow.
LL Cool Katie.
Attempt number
I'll-
2.
I will say
LL
this with
Cool
confidence,
K. Nigga.
And Q can get mad if he wants to, but I spit better game than he does.
Ooh.
I
And I
bust
have.
out. Okay, I'm an innocent bystander.
Number 3. Settle down.
Exactly. Jeez.
I'm an innocent bystander. I didn't even say anything.
Jeez.
Yeah, your game is trash, bro.
You want to bet?
Ooh.
You want to bet?
No, but
That,
as
you know
far-
what? And I'll say it, Meek. That's why Jennifer likes me more than you.
Ooh.
Wow.
I don't even know who Jennifer is. I feel like that name was thrown out in the oven.
I think she should settle now.
Abort.
No,
Mission
but,
abort.
But personally, though, like Attack on Titan's good. It is overrated as hell. It took too long, and it lost a lot of its viewers. And the fact that people still hyped it up like it wasn't gonna be low key bad, and nobody's gonna watch it.
I mean, no, people still watch it like crazy though. Like,
yeah, but that's not a lot of people. Like, if I was to go to an anime convention right now, and this is gonna prove my point every single time. If I was to go to an anime convention right now and be like, "Yo, have you seen the new Attack on Titan?" No, bro, I stopped after the second season.
bro, there was a whole panel at one. What was it? Actually, it was QC. I think no. Triad. It was Triad.
Yeah,
it was Triad. It was a whole panel about why Attack on Titan was overrated.
Well, you guys can sit there, then it's okay.
Wait, we're
Okay,
try out the whole
well-
week?
no, we were only there on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Well, what was it? The only reason that I started watching, I think it was like season 3 of Attack on Titan or season 2. I don't even remember. I'm not here for the count right now. Well, whatever season it was that came out last year.
Mhm.
The only reason I started watching it is because the guy or the general manager of the restaurant that I worked at then
Mhm.
was really into it, and like that was like Die Hard, one of his favorite animes. But he also liked a lot of stuff like Gundam, like Dragon Ball.
So
That was like his kind of thing.
Nigga.
Yeah, he had like homie had like 5 kids.
Oh,
Like,
no,
he was
oh,
really
no.
up there.
Oh no.
Well, he was like, I think he was like 30 something. Well, he was super into Attack on Titan, so he would ask me every shift, "Have you seen this episode yet?" And I'd say, "No, I haven't even started watching it." And he called me one day, like on my day off at like 10:30 in the morning, and goes, "If you don't watch all of the episodes of Attack on Titan,
I'm firing you."
I'm cutting your hours." And
Oh,
I
no
was like,
word?
"Oh my-"
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
"Oh my gosh!"
Yo,
I was like, "You can't."
We out here exposing people today.
I was like, "You can't do that." And I think he was joking, but I couldn't tell. He was like, "I'll cut your hours," and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I started watching it, and I was like, "This isn't as great as I thought it'd be. I just want to know what's in the basement." And so I read the manga, found out what was in the basement. Not gonna spoil it because a lot of people don't even haven't even seen it.
Spoiler, it wasn't shit.
There wasn't anything. I didn't want to be that guy, but I guess if Q's gonna be that guy, I'll go away.
No, I mean
Nah,
honestly, I'm gonna
it's
put a
been 5
disclaimer. I'm
years.
gonna put a disclaimer at the beginning and like let people know, like, hey, bro, like we're gonna talk about
Hey,
anime. There's gonna be
hold up.
spoilers. I'm sorry.
Hold up, but we almost at the final season. If you ain't seen it, bro, it's tough titty, bro.
That's how you feel?
I'm at right now. Yeah,
That's how you
we're on the final season. It's getting ready to come out next April. If you ain't seen it, bro, tough titty, dog. You
Tough
should have been on.
titty.
He's got a fair point, but he literally pestered me into watching it, and I wasn't really that interested in watching it. So I did anyways, and I think I made Ruben watch it with me, and Ruben was really into it, but I wasn't. So I'm pretty sure he finished it instead, and I just watched, I just read the manga.
Quick question, Mike.
What's happening?
I want to ask you. I just need to know your answer
All
first.
right, let's see.
Demon Slayer.
What?
Do you think it's overrated?
No, crazy thing about Demon Slayer was that I ignored everyone. I mean, because
Wow.
all I kept seeing was, oh, girl. What's her name again?
Nezuko.
Nezuko. I kept seeing Nezuko memes, and I just was like, ignore, because I was like, I'm not gonna let social media ruin this for me.
Yeah, no, I felt that.
Because I saw a couple
agree.
of cool like clips of the anime that were lit, and I was like, yo,
Yeah,
I
see,
gotta
look,
check that
again,
out.
there we go with the fandom again. See?
Well,
Yeah,
I hadn't actually seen Demon Slayer, and
get out.
I
What did you
remember.
say? What did you say?
Okay, no, I had seen it, but when it first came out, I hadn't.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
Can I
okay.
get there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when it first came out, I hadn't started watching it until like the last episode came out, so I could binge the whole thing and just watch it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I hadn't started it until like I think I watched all of it in like 3 days.
Hmm.
But when it first came out, you guys were putting like Demon Slayer this, Demon Slayer that all over the group chat, and I think I tuned out of the group chat for the longest time because every time I'd open it, I'd see Nezuko in the backpack and I'd see Nezuko cosplay, and I'm like, why? I'm like, what is happening? I don't understand. And so I watched it, and then I was like, oh my god, I would die for her.
What?
Yeah, and that's a lot of people. A lot of people love Nezuko. Like
Well,
her.
she was literally like, I don't care if anyone's seen it or not because spoilers, obviously. Well,
This the
she
hype is
literally
going down.
spent all of that time, like all of her energy, she devoted all of her energy to healing and protecting her brother. Like that's like big dick energy to me, honestly. Like she
That's what
did
we're calling it.
she
Big dick.
yeah, we're calling it
Jeez.
big dick energy. Okay, fine, we'll call it big heart energy.
Okay.
Big ooh energy.
Big heart.
Big
energy.
uwu energy right there.
Yeah.
But like she did all of that for her brother. She slept for like a year and a half to get up her strength.
Did she?
And
Was
then
it that long?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
that how
it
much
was
time
like-
it went
that-
by?
It was like a
She
year and a
spent that
half
whole-
or 2
yeah, that whole time
years.
skip.
That entire time he was training, and even when he went to the mountain to complete the selection, she was still asleep.
That's how long she was
And-
asleep.
Yeah.
She slept
Yo,
for that
bro,
long.
let me tell you something. If
because
she
that
look,
was
if
the
it's
only
me
way
and she
could
woke up,
sustain
I'd be
herself.
like, yo, bruh, you missed all this time. I'm throwing
I mean,
hands.
she ain't gonna die because she a demon. So
I'm
like,
just saying, I'd be mad, like, bro,
But,
I ain't had
like,
nobody to
even
talk to
though-
but this old motherfucker right here.
But like, even though she slept for that long, she's still like the only thing that happened to her during that time, was she healed, and then they put those like suggestive like spells on her, or whatever, to make her protect all of the humans around her,
mhm.
Okay.
which was like what they spent all of that time doing while she was asleep and while he was training. So they were really just setting her up to be more helpful to him.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish I could sleep for a year straight.
Shit, my job would call me
Felt
like
that.
crazy.
Dude, oh my god,
I know it's your day off. Can you come in?
Bro, I missed I missed work yesterday because I was sick, and my boss called me literally 15 minutes after 8 o'clock. He called me 8 times.
Are you sure you
And
want to put
then
all
when
this
the-
out there in public?
Hey,
It's
I know
fine.
you got pneumonia and you're throwing up blood, but can you come in for a few hours?
No, I had like fever sweats, and he kept calling me because he was like genuinely like he didn't know if I was like good or not, and he kept texting me. He was like, "Yo, are you okay? Like, where are you at? Like, are you still sick? Like, what's happening?" Because the girl who was covering for me never like, what's the word? Like, never told him that she was covering for me. So she showed up like an hour after my shift was originally supposed to start. And then when I woke up, I had to explain everything to my manager. And I was like, are you kidding me? So then I spent all day yesterday watching anime and, have fever sweats. But it's fine.
He's like, all right, well, I hope you all right. By the way, you
He
see
didn't
Attack on
even-
Titan?
Bro, no, it's a different
I know,
boss
I
now.
know.
The boss I have now hates anime, but he's really into video games. So it's like,
What?
it's really weird energy.
That's
Huh?
He doesn't like anime, but he likes old video games, and he only listens to video game soundtracks. Which, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind it. I think it's like pretty interesting, to listen to like the Super Smash Brothers like soundtrack while you're working.
wow,
I mean, that's cool depending on the song, because there are a couple that I want to sample right now that are like dumb lit. I've actually sampled one, but yeah,
We've got but like I don't know. It's like one. I want to sleep for a year and a half. You know, I want to like not hate people as much as I do. Nezuko's like
No,
a goddess
honestly,
to everyone who is like antisocial.
but no, honestly, Demon Slayer. The only reason why I was into it as much as not the only, but I mean the story was good. To be real, the story was good. But if I had jumped on Facebook and like looked at all these memes and kept following, like, cause for a while
Oh,
I stayed away from Facebook because I'm like, all they gonna talk about is Demon Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to stay away from
Ruben
it.
totally tried to spoil it for me. I had to hide all of like Ruben, Shamik, and Q's posts
Jeez.
until I finished Demon Slayer because
Jeez.
I knew that you guys were gonna post about it. I had to.
Jeez.
So anybody that I knew that liked anime that I had on Facebook immediately caught the hard hide this people's posts.
I don't
hide
have to
this
do
person's
that because
posts.
like the only people that really talk about anime are like the people in the anime groups. Like on my main timeline, don't nobody really be talking about anime
Yeah.
like that.
Nah, Q shares a lot of anime related stuff on Facebook,
I
which is
share a
why
lot of
I
memes.
immediately why I thought to hide him. All I wanted to see on my timeline were Jeffrey Epstein memes.
Oh goodness, no. Oh god. Ah. I'm sorry. God damn it. So Meek, did you think of an overrated anime yet?
I already told you Sword Art Online.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did that. Okay, so Q has multiple opinions. We've heard from him. Katie, is there an anime that you truly think is overrated?
You want my honest opinion?
That's why you're on this podcast. If I didn't want honesty, you wouldn't be here.
Okay, fine, and I'll tell you.
You gonna say something wild. You gonna say something wild. And I
No.
already know.
This is totally valid, but one of like my favorite animes.
But how's it overrated if it's one of your favorite?
Because it's literally the basic like hero plot storyline. It's literally One Punch Man, and that is one of the most overrated animes. Even though he is like the strongest,
Disrespect,
he's the strongest character.
At
He's,
the
like,
end
so
of the
good at what he
podcast, this is what
does.
we're doing. Disrespect.
I'm gonna okay, and I have to say it because think about it. Everybody's all on the like train that One Punch Man is on the same level as Goku because he's that overrated, right?
Same
Disrespect.
Everybody's either like One Punch Man can beat Goku or Goku can beat One Punch Man. I don't want to hear you guys' opinions on this because we will fight over this.
Are you serious?
No.
Are you
One
serious?
Punch Man can be Goku.
I'm literally about
One
to
Punch
peel
Man
my
can
skin
beat
off.
Goku.
Yeah,
You said who?
One-
He said he can or can't?
can.
He can.
Okay,
Tell Ruben his
good,
opinion is shit.
good.
Bro.
Ruben is wrong, and I argue with
Him and Miguel are
over this
wrong.
all the time.
Him and
Because
Miguel
he
are
does-
wrong. We've
He
seen
does
this
not
man.
agree with me. He is like a total Dragon Ball dick rider. He thinks that Goku's the strongest character in the universe. And
When
I
he's
can say
not.
that objectively without having seen the anime because, everybody makes like dumb skits and, post like certain memes from like Dragon Ball. So you get the sense of how strong Goku is. But I
Okay.
will throw out there that they said Goku could destroy a planet. But I do want to bring up that
He ain't done it
that
yet.
that isn't the strongest that isn't the strongest argument for that because I remember that one scene in Naruto where they created a planet
And brought it
and
down.
destroyed that and
And brought
destroyed
another
that.
one on top of it.
Exactly.
Hold on,
Right?
I'ma
Like
get-
how
it
is
gets
Goku
better.
the
I
strongest?
hate people.
It gets better. They say Goku's a planet buster, but One Punch Man jumped
Why
off the
are
moon
you
and
yelling?
landed.
Back up.
Because
Back
people
Get
need
off
to
the
understand.
mic.
People need to understand that One Punch Man is so busted that it doesn't matter who's a planet buster.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter. Like this man Goku, we've not actually seen this man shoot a key blast and blow up a planet. We've not seen it happen.
But
We've seen
on the
Frieza
sa-
do it. We've seen Frieza do it, not Goku. We've seen Vegeta do it, but not Goku. On top of that, we've
But
seen One Punch Man jump off the moon and shattered it with his feet.
But you remember that one episode of One Punch Man where he punched that guy and the wind force from his punch literally tore down all of the buildings from like a 100-mile radius behind him. Like they
Yeah,
literally took out like a straight shot of buildings with just the wind force from one of his punches.
yeah. It cut the whole moon in half. I mean, not the moon, the mountain. My fault. Not only that, You know how strong you have to be to make clouds disperse?
Yeah, I
not
was
that,
just about to
not,
say that whenever
not
he was
that.
fighting
No,
Boros and he used that what was it
Serious
the
punch.
roaring cannon or yeah the roaring cannon and he used his serious punch. Man, the shockwave from his punch killed the nigga and then split the sky in fucking two across the
You
whole
know
fucking
how
planet.
hard
Like
you have to
what?
punch to split the sky? Yo,
He didn't
it
even
takes a
hit him.
And
lot for
go
the
It was
sky
just
and
to
a
split.
shockwave.
Goku's
He didn't even hit
Goku's
him.
not that strong.
stop,
He's not.
stop,
I'm sorry.
stop.
Alright, let's
These
settle
Goku,
down.
Just stop.
he's
Hold on,
not.
just
Okay,
stop.
He's
no,
strong
no,
as
no.
shit.
Stop.
Goku had to
Alright.
train like for endless series, to get that strong. One Punch Man started off his whole show strong as fuck.
No, he didn't. He said he did like however many push-ups and
No,
sit-ups or some shit.
he started
True.
the show strong. He had a
Bro,
flashback where it showed how he became that strong. And I think it only took him like 2 years of work or something.
okay,
Well,
it
I
did.
mean, if you go back to like the regular Dragon Ball series, this man Kid Goku was picking up cars as like a little infant.
True.
Bro, I'ma pick up cars and show you that Goku ain't shit.
Okay, go pick up.
I
a
mean,
car
low-key,
right now.
Goku-
Show me the video.
I mean, Goku was
Dude,
clapping
I
cheeks
drive
at
a
that age
Honda.
too.
It doesn't
So
take much to pick one of those up. They're
I
literally
feel
Bro,
bad
like
for
I
Vegeta.
swear, when I see you, I'm gonna point out a Honda. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, pick that shit up," and you better
I
pick
feel
it
Wait,
up.
bad
what?
for Vegeta.
Your mic cut out. What'd you say?
No,
Yeah, what'd you
I was
say?
saying it like, dog. When I see you again, I'm gonna point out a Honda, and I'm gonna tell you to pick that up.
Go pick it up. Go pick it up right now.
I mean, like, I feel bad for Vegeta because Goku, he had he had Bulma first, bro.
Who?
He was touching. Goku was
No,
touching
no,
her
Goku
first.
didn't have Bulma first. Yamcha had Bulma first.
Nah,
But who was
sorry.
touching the
Yeah,
cat, my
that
nigga?
man's
Bro.
Goku was over there slapping.
Who was touching the cat?
Bro,
Who is she? Who is she flashing? Who is she flashing?
that was sexual harassment, bro.
Wow. Bro said he
no.
was slapping.
She flashed him.
That was sexual harassment, bro.
She
Nah,
flashed him. She was
nah,
like,
she
"If you
should
give me
be-
the Dragon Ball, I'll show you my cooch."
Bro, that was sexual harassment, bro.
She was basically like, "Yeah, I got spare coochie." Like, yo,
Bro.
give me that Dragon Ball.
Yamcha had it first, bro. And Vegeta swooped in from another planet and was like,
Nah.
"Oh,
I feel
Bro,
so
nice,
bad for
nice
Vegeta.
place, nigga."
Everything that you just said reminds me of that freaking one meme where it's like, "Can you please spare a crumb of puss?" Because that's
What?
all that I thought
I
of.
have
for
never
that
heard
whole
of this
movie.
meme. What are you? Oh my god.
It's
said
the fox
tee-hee-hee.
from the it's the fox from the Fox and the Hound, right? Like the fox from the Fox and the Hound, and he's wearing like a trench coat and like glasses, and he looks all dirty. And the caption is just, "Can you please spare a crumb of puss?"
Bro, this has gone off the rails. This has gone off the rails. This has gone completely off the rails. Oh my god.
I mean, no, at the end of the day, I said I felt bad for Vegeta because Bulma was out here showing Goku the cooch.
But he ended up
He
putting a
was out
baby in
here
that
getting
thing.
free
So,
goods, bro.
But he put a baby in
I
that
feel
thing.
bad for Vegeta though.
but he put a
He
baby
really
in that
just-
thing.
Yeah, but he's in Goku's shadow.
How?
My man's Vegeta worked harder than Goku
Yeah,
ever
then
did.
that right there is the true fact of why Goku's overrated.
No,
Bro,
but
Goku
okay, but
couldn't
let's
even
be
raise his
100
own
though.
kids.
But
I'll
no,
say
no,
it
no, no,
again,
no. Okay.
Goku couldn't raise his own kids.
Okay, but let's be 100 though. Let's be 100 about One Punch Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last episode of season 1, he went, bar for bar.
He went bananas.
And like,
He
so
went ape
if you saying that, okay, so if we saying that One Punch Man is so strong, right? But he went hands with the final boss in season 1. Why
Well, he
can't
didn't even go
Goku?
hands.
Why can't go? They had a whole fucking Dragon Ball type fight.
Well, the thing was,
Saitama wasn't even doing anything. I just
Saitama
remember him
was
getting
not
knocked
fighting back.
around. He just
We
literally
Yeah,
seen
like
one
he
punch
just
and
stood
killed
there.
him.
He was like, "Bro, I don't
Okay.
really want
He
to
was just
fight."
He
getting
said,
hit the whole
okay.
time.
Bro, I wish I could pull this fight up. God.
no, he literally goes, okay, Boros is applying most of the force in the fighting, and One Punch Man was sitting there like, all right, you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah,
and he like
Like he didn't
blocking and
really
deflecting.
try.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
One Punch Man did not
pull
try
the fight
one
up.
time.
I'm gonna pull the fight up.
And then a shockwave from his punch just killed him, and then fucking.
And the only
split
reason
whole-
Bro
That's
didn't
why I
actually
say that
one-shot
he's
him?
overrated. Is because he doesn't have to do anything but hit you once and you're dead.
That's
Like
Jeez.
Now, okay. Are you saying the anime
there's
is
no
overrated,
holding back
or is
on that.
One Punch Man overpowered? Because I can agree with overpowered.
I
That's
was about
fine.
to say
but
he's overpowered.
yeah, but
Well,
the
he's a
anime
troll
is it
kid.
overrated?
And that's exactly why the show is overrated. Because if you have such an overpowered anime character, like
Sword
your
Art Online.
protagonist is so
Then
Exactly.
the fan base gets
We've
huge.
been there.
Yeah.
But
It's
like,
Yeah, the
like
as
fan
far
base
as the
too.
fan base goes, I don't see many people like hyping it up to be like the GOAT anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand it's a joke anime. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a troll for sure.
Yeah, but as far as like, I okay, yes, One Punch Man is overpowered for the purpose of the joke. But as far as overrated, I don't know about
No.
overrated. But that's your opinion, and I
Mhm.
will fight you on it.
Okay.
Like, but yeah, I don't know about overrated. But that's your opinion,
No, it's not overrated. Goku's the most overrated anime character of all time. We
bro.
all know that.
We're not gonna
Yeah,
get
that's
into
fact.
characters,
that's
bro, because
fact.
I'll hurt y'all
But
feelings on
that's fact.
characters.
But I
But
can
I
that's
will hurt
literally
y'all
fact.
feelings.
I can
Okay,
only
okay,
say
okay,
that.
okay, okay. You want to talk about overrated characters? Asta.
No.
Yep.
You didn't even
Asta
no.
was
Yep.
You didn't even-
Yep.
totally.
You did. You just like whenever we had that whole
Asta was
conversation
kind
on
of
Black
like
Clover, you just didn't even.
I don't know, man,
You
because
didn't
I
even give
didn't
it a
watch.
chance.
I
didn't
didn't.
watch
I
all
did
of Black
not.
Clover. I just remember Asta getting his ass kicked all the time,
Nigga
and then
ain't
he
even
got a
watched 5
grimoire,
episodes.
right? Opens
Nigga,
it
I
up,
didn't.
and he gets a sword, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Right? Like he got
Yeah,
his
nigga
butt
looks like
whooped
Hunter.
all the time.
Wow.
Like he just got beat. He got ganged up on. He got beat. Like there was
No,
nothing he
because
could do.
no, not technically. Because
In
if it
the
was
first
anything,
few episodes, he did.
no, he used to just do that to protect Yuno. Yuno was the one that used to get beat.
Bro, hates him, and I think that's
No,
disrespectful.
it's not. No, he doesn't hate him. That's his
He was
rival.
always
They
like,
grew up together.
dude, shut up. You're an idiot. Or why are you so? You're weak. You're loud. I don't like you. And I'm like, that's
No,
disrespectful, bro. He
no,
did
it's not.
everything for you.
It's not technically that. It's just the fact that like they're rivals, so he's taking on the rival aspect of, look, since you're my rival, I'm gonna have to like I'm treating you like this so you can get strong, so we can end up getting in that fight that one day. Like almost like Naruto and Sasuke, basically. Like you got
Sasuke
two
was
people.
so disrespectful. Oh
He's a
my
bitch.
god.
He's a
This
bitch.
man needed a good belt to his ass every
Hey,
once in a
but can he
while.
beat that bitch though?
I'm saying though, like as soon as Naruto
Like
pulled up
he
on
did
him,
so much. Oh my god, he did
and
so much
man,
dumb shit.
I was saying
And
Sasuke, as soon
Naruto
as he
was like,
pulled up on him, like, hey, bro, like I understand you like it over here, but you need to come with us.
I don't know, man. It's just something about Naruto and Sasuke killed me because Sasuke was going out of his way to do whatever he could to beat his brother, and he didn't even care. Like he was like Naruto. I don't. He was like Naruto. No, absolutely not.
It's like, bro, will you leave me
Absolutely
alone?
not.
And that's the
Here's
thing,
one
like,
of
brother ass, bro.
he's like, yo, he's
There's
like, yo,
a-
Sasuke, I need to save you. Like, I need to, like, Sasuke's like, bro,
There's a TikTok
like,
that I
you
want to
not my
send you guys later.
nigga.
But there's a TikTok about Sasuke and Naruto that I have to send you guys later, and it's like Sasuke chilling at Orochimaru's hideout, and he's like, "Bro, this is like a great day off, great day off."
Facts, like,
And
Sasuke just
Naruto
wanted his
comes out of
vacation.
nowhere, and he's like, "Sup, little beach," and he's like, "Oh, dude, nah, dude."
No, you
Yeah,
sent that in the
nah,
group
dude.
chat. You sent that in the group chat, didn't you?
Did I?
I believe
No,
so.
no.
I believe so because
I
I seen
love
it.
that. I
The
love
only
that audio.
the only time I see
He's
TikToks
dude,
is y'all.
some
I know I've
bitches.
seen
You're
it.
No,
here.
bro, that'd be so funny, bro.
Bro,
And
the only time I ever seen
that
TikTok is y'all.
killed me.
I don't ever.
It's
I'm
that
not on
what's the name?
TikTok ever.
No, dude.
TikTok.
Said my life was going so well. Now you're here, dude.
The only time I ever see TikTok is y'all. I never see TikTok.
But like that's it. Like that TikTok completely described it because
God, y'all
he's like, I
fucking
don't have
young.
to do anything. I just have to be here with Orochimaru, and he'll make me stronger. And then Orochimaru is like,
All
what?
right. Okay. So, closing thoughts. Are there any closing thoughts from y'all?
Goku's over.
If y'all think
Goku was
if
a
y'all
bitch.
if y'all think Goku could beat One Punch Man, you're wrong.
Okay, that's Katie. That's Katie. Q, any closing thoughts from you?
I love anime and I love Dragon Ball, but Goku's a bitch.
Okay,
God
buddy.
damn it.
I felt like he was gonna be like, I love anime girls and me are anime girls.
Oh my
No,
god.
I like my anime girls like I like my coffee, big ass titties.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay.
I can't. Meek, closing
I don't know.
thoughts.
I don't know how that has any relation.
I don't-
Wait, why? Why does your coffee have titties? I don't. Oh
Yo,
my god.
Katie, chill
Oh
out.
my god.
Meek. Closing
I
thoughts.
don't. I don't understand.
I don't know. I just agree with everything we talked about, like all the overrated animes and stuff. That's pretty much it. I ain't got nothing to talk about. No, like titties or Goku or nothing like that.
So social medias. Do you have any social medias you want to shout out?
Instagram, Hokabe, HOKABAYEE.
I'm so happy that you actually spelled yours out because now I gotta go edit the other two.
Oh yeah. True.
I guess I'll drop my Instagram because that's probably all
Yeah,
you
bro.
guys are getting.
My Instagram and my
Okay.
Y'all see he
Twitch
didn't even
stuff
let
will
me
be
They
down
finish.
didn't even let you
in the
finish.
description below.
God
He didn't even let me
damn.
finish.
He said, "I'm gonna let you finish."
I didn't know we were pulling a whole Kanye thing.
Yeah.
I just.
Wow.
You did though. You low key
Anyways,
did though. You literally did though.
anyways, my Instagram is miu.mento.
There we go.
That's all I wanted to get. That's all I wanted to get out. I didn't know I came here to be disrespected.
Yeah, you gotta leave Kanye out of this, bro. Kanye ain't doing.
Bro,
I know
Kanye
he done
found God
Jesus.
now.
All right, Q. Do you want to spell out your social medias, please?
I got you. Curl Baca says KUROBACO7.
There we go, and that's the
And that's
IG
my
and the
Twitch.
Twitch. Yes,
That's my IG and my Twitch. I start uploading as soon as I get my graphics card.
that's what I'm talking about. All right, man. So this was fun. This was entertaining. This was got off the rails a couple times, but hey, man, this is what this is what I signed up for. So
Bro,
thank you for
you're the one who invited a bunch of clowns to your stream.
God. Okay, so this is
I like to call myself a jester. Nice try.
oh my gosh. So yeah, appreciate everybody for stopping through for the Otaku Village podcast. We're gonna be pushing out more content. Of course, if you want to see more, jump onto the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Otaku Village. I will only upload the podcast on that platform. Period. That's it. I don't care what you think. If you want to be a guest, if I don't invite you personally, go ahead and pledge to the Patreon. There's a tier for y'all, for everybody that wants to be a guest. Again, thank you. I appreciate my guests for stopping through, my peoples, Q, Meek, Katie, and
Yep.
we're going to drop another episode whenever we come up with another topic. I don't know when that'll be. We are always talking about anime, so we probably going to come up with something pretty soon.
Yeah.
Dude, we do this all the time.
Big facts, but definitely make sure y'all stop through for the end of the year because we will be doing a anime
yes.
of the year
Oh yeah,
topic.
it's my favorite.
And y'all thought this was debate worthy. Y'all don't know
I'm
nothing.
about to get hyped for this one, dog. This is like, hey, I'm proving everybody wrong. I'm proving everybody wrong.
So
I'ma say it. I'm gonna say it when we
save
get
it for the next podcast.
when we get off the air. I'm gonna say it, and you guys can hate me all you want.
all right, y'all. So appreciate y'all for stopping through for the podcast. Deuces. Thank you.